back to the hake for this one. This is a sort of a Seago-esque landscape, Norfolk scene. Like a pot boiler for Edward Seago. Very simple, just washes. I've done a rough drawing, so I'm going to wet the paper. This is a Fabriano paper that's quite smooth. So it's just for wetting wet. So there we are. Let's put in a colour over all of that, very, very light. Clean my palette a bit. Bit of lemon yellow in there. Very faint, just get that all the way across there. Now I'm going to make my clouds in this one from ultramarine and burnt umber. My hake is starting to lose its hairs. So let's just paint around the clouds. Okay, let's go off into the distance there. Right, so I just reclip. So as the water dries into goes into the paper, it starts to buckle. Right. My cloth. I'm not quite so happy about that. That's just. I didn't really want that to run down so far, but my paper is a bit wet. Let's see if that dries okay. Better there, right, okay. Now I'll put in a bit of background. Now the lights, the shadow is going to be on this side, some dark trees here. So I'm going to put in some greens, some landscape quickly. So we'll have a bit coming a bit down there. And then some more sienna just coming up under here as we go. Bit of sienna in there as well. Now back to the lemon yellow. One of my favourite colours is gamboge. It's a fantastic yellow, very, very very transparent and makes wonderful greens. So let's get in some nice darker bits of warmer colours now, and put in some darks, like the greens, Payne's grey, umber, and lemon yellow. So we'll just get that in there. So some nice bushes coming down here. I could put some detail in this if I wish afterwards. But this is all the shadow sort of area here. Coming to the lighter areas, get some lemon yellow back in there. Just a little merge, mingle. And then as that dries, we can I wish I could get my easel just up about another 6 inches, but you can't really, because the back leg is not the same as the 2 front ones. Anybody got any ideas? Let me know. Put it on a brick. I like sitting low, but I can't get my knee under the tray, and I'm using the tray to balance my palette on. Right, now we'll dry that off. Always stick in glasses. Right, I can paint into that now. I'll put in the tree. I'm going to use this number 10 round sable mix brush, nice and dark. Now, I got an idea that a really good dark would be Windsor blue. I've got Prussian blue, but I don't think it's quite the same. It has the same effect, so let's just get that there. I'm just painting up to the roof. I'm going to put the roof in. Right, let's come over the top there now. That's a bit of a hair there. Just takes the dry brush, just about, paint spray. But the paper's just a bit too slick for this. Going really dark now. Okay, and we've got some darker bits in here. Right. Just into these. Now I'll use a bit of blue in there now. Just a bit of distance in there. Oh, I forgot to put a background in this. I'll wait for that to dry. Right. The umber. Just a little bit of detail in the foreground here. On the warm side. Okay. Now we'll do the buildings. So we've got a bit of light roof there. I'll just put that dark back in there, here. Right, bit of umber and raw sienna. On this roof, or this, so that just showing that's one roof. I'll put a bit of darker umber in there for the represent the tar coming down from the chimney pot into there. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, a bit of a delicate operation there. Right. And then we've got a much lighter roof there, but I'll try, well I'll go to, I want that to dry first, I want that to merge. So let's put in very, very faint roofs here. Just a bit of room on there, that side there. And because that's sort of catching the what light there is, so we'll put that in very, very faint. Well, it's not actually faint, is it? Okay, I can so the light is coming sort of this way. Now I want to put in this building. I'll wet this big this one here, just that face there, so that when I put the paint on it, it'll blend. Right, it's quite warm. We're coming towards us, so let's just. I'll put a bit darker on the chimney pot there, chimney stack. Right, and that's okay. Now, this other roof there, to dry. Got a bit of a cauliflower there. Right, so let's have this nice and light, this bit of roof. And that. Oh, that's fine now. I can put in a bit of a nice Seago background, which would be a bit of alizarin in with the Ultra. Okay. That takes it back quite a bit. Now, I'll dry that off. And I'll put in some, I've got that chimney pot to do, the chimney stack to do. So I'll just put that in. Now here we've got a bit of a tin roof. In shadow really, let's just put that across there. Shadow, warm shadow. Very little detail here. This is and put in the shadows. Too dark. Don't know how that happened. Took my brush off. I reckon a little bit of detail in the trees. I don't think these really are in keeping with what I had in mind, like a pure wet in wet watercolour without any hard edges, but here I am putting in some hard edges. So I'll just put some detail in here. Trying to keep this looking spontaneous, but it's not that spontaneous. Sun's just appearing around the corner. I'll just change my blinds, excuse me. Look at the mount. These things always look better in a mount. Let's just clip this. Off. The thing about reclipping as you go when you're wetting wet, it does keep the paper lovely and flat. So bear with me, but I'll do this. Right, okay. I'll just do my signature again, it's sort of lost in it. Right, okay. Well, that was as quick as I like to try to work. I'll bring the camera over. So we're more square. Right, let's have a zoom into that. So they're the Norfolk type of buildings. It's a typical Seago rip-off, really. But I've added just a bit more detail than he would have done. But then he was a great master. But I think for a quickie,